Hey folks, welcome to Bear Mountain. Today we're working on a bit of a project. It's our first 70-degree day here of spring. And boy, all the little flies are just going nuts.
And behind you?
And behind me?
We've been pruning trees.
Pruning trees, yes.
This is cleanup time. We've been busy cleaning.
Yep. And one of the things that folks have sometimes asked about is how do you take an area that has basically weeds or grass in it and convert it back into a flower bed without tilling. And I've kind of been walking over this bed here quite a bit, but most of the boy, I keep getting these little bugs flying in my face, sorry about that. Most of this area in here had grass in it, but also had a fair amount of blackberry vines, so I kind of went through and dug those guys out and then just kind of edged around the brick here in this contained planting area, but left the grass as it is. And so instead of trying to dig it all out and do all that kind of stuff, so what we're going to do is we're going to put cardboard down on this, similar like what we did to suppress the weeds. You might remember we did a video on knocking down chickweed in our dianthus bed. Well, it's the same concept in here, and what we're going to do is we're going to put wet cardboard down, and then on top of that we're going to put urban waste compost, and then we have a sprinkler system in here that we can run on a regular basis to kind of keep it wet over the next several days, and with natural rainfall the moisture level will help the cardboard begin to rot. And we have foxglove that we want to put in here sometime towards the end of April.
Delphiniums.
And delphiniums too.
Me. Some short-lived perennials.
Right, and on this end over here, where we did kind of scratch the weeds out around the phlox plants, that's perennial phlox, and those things are doing pretty well there. So we're only going to cardboard up to the phlox itself, which is right about here. But the whole thing is going to get a coating of urban compost, and that'll cut the weeds down on a permanent basis. So this one hasn't had any planting of flowers in it for a couple of years,
except for the phlox.
And the only thing we were doing, is just coming in here and just mowing it down and just letting the grass lay on top. But now we want to use it as a flower bed again, and so that's how we're going to reclaim it. So this isn't fancy cardboard. The cardboard we got is just stuff that when you go grocery shopping and you get a box of eggs, or you get an Amazon packages, whatever, and the key to putting this stuff down is you don't have to be super thick, but you just got to make sure that you're overlapping it. Now, some people also spend a lot of time making certain that they've got all the tape and stuff like that off. I mean, if I can take the tape off and it's easy enough to do, I'll do it. But honestly, if there's some tape left on it, particularly these type of tapes that are difficult to get off in one piece, some of these Amazon tapes, they're using basically glues that are they're kind of organic based glues, so they're not phenolic. So if the tape comes off easy, I'll take it off. Otherwise, I'm not going to too much worry about it. So the whole idea is I just want to get as much of all this grass coated. I mean, this is the same process lots of people have used. It's a really simple thing. And this is what's going to do the bulk of the smothering and killing the grass off. And within a short period of time, particularly just regular grass, it's not really going to grow through that cardboard before it rots. Now, you've got perennial weeds, like you've got thistles, or you've got bindweed, or something that's more aggressive. You may find that you're going to have to do a little hand weeding, as those weeds will be a little more persistent, and they will kind of poke through the cardboard as the cardboard rots off. But in this case, in here, all we've got some old tansy weed, and I think it's tansy ragwort in here. And that's what this guy looks like right here. And we're just going to leave that in there to rot. And the rest of it's annual grasses, none of them really rhizomial. So the thing is with this cardboard method and the mulch method is weeds that are more persistent you know, and everybody's got them in their own areas, couch grass or quack grass or bindweed. There's all kinds of weeds that everybody, you know, in every gardening area has got to deal with some of those kinds of pests. And like I said, that could just end up being, you put an extra layer of cardboard down if you haven't planted, you know, and just kind of keep the process going, or you can just manually dig it out. I'll make sure I don't ruin things here. So that's it. Basically, the amount of compost we're going to put on the top is about 2 inches, just enough to make sure that everything is really coated well. And that will last the season. I mean, the way this should work, and it has for us in the past, is it's really killed the stuff off, and we're able to grow what we want to. When we plant, we'll punch a hole through the compost, through the cardboard, into the soil underneath, so that the plant roots are in contact with the soil, and the urban compost on top becomes a very nice mulch. That's it. It's really simple.
Very simple.
So we just thought we would just, you know, kind of remind people again that, you know, in the springtime, before things get too far out of control, it's kind of a quick and easy way of doing something so you don't have to spend hours on your hands and knees pulling out weeds.
Especially when the pruning is taking forever.
Yeah, we've got lots of pruning to do still, and so very short amount of time to get it done.
So it's just all about cleanup.
Yep. This week's a cleanup week, and luckily we got the weather to go with it.
Yeah, one day a little bit of rain tomorrow, but yeah, it's feeling springy.
Yep. So anyway, folks, just thought we'd just share this quick tip with you again, and as always, stay safe out there, and we'll catch you on the next video. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.